Hi everybody and good morning. This is day 3 of the Get Ready With Me's. I cannot believe I'm still able to do this. I am beyond exhausted, but I want to get this all going because I already got some tracking that I think we're going to be getting a lot of stuff next week. So I want to make sure to go through as much as I can today. I tried to put everything out in this area. If you're not familiar with these Get Ready With Me's, usually when I do my makeup, it takes me maybe 10-15 minutes where I'm standing over there. So when I have to film it, I have to put products here. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we got everything here, that we can go through it. I'm gonna share with you a couple of things that I did on my face today. And if you've missed my other videos, we do a little beauty tricks that I do for myself, and you guys are saying you're finding it helpful. So thank you for those beautiful comments, the people that are watching these, because this takes a lot to be able to sit down here with no makeup on, at least for me, and then to share with you a couple things that I'm doing and what I'm enjoying. And a lot of these are first impressions as well. So we're going through this together like we're two girlfriends in the bathroom putting makeup on. All right. So the products that I tried today in reference to my face and skincare, I used this morning to cleanse this product called Smooth. This is a really unique product. It says calm me down. It's an antioxidant cleanser. This has a bit of a citrusy scent to it, nothing overpowering, not too lemony. It's like very hard for me to put a pin in exactly what this scent is. But what I like about this product is it is a lotiony type of product. And it doesn't overly foam up, but your face feels clean, but not dry afterwards. So this is a nice one. This is a brand I'm going to be keeping my eyes on. The next item that I did have the opportunity to finish up, I got 2 glam bags last month. So each one, Ipsy chose for me this product here, which I'm really enjoying. It's the Innisfree. It's the Green Tea Enzyme Vitamin C Brightening Serum. So this is now finished. I already finished the other one. So at the end of the month, I'll be sharing those with you. But this is now finished, so I'm happy with that. Then, as I shared with you last month, or the month before, I had the opportunity in the travel sizes to get the product that is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice. This is fantastic. This is their moisturizer. We had the opportunity to try the serums and they were really, really nice. The bottles on the Glow Recipe to me are over the top, but this is a really nice thin moisturizer, just really just very hydrating on the face. So really enjoy that as well. Then we got the, as I shared with you, I've been using those, this product here. This is from Origins. It's the Youthopia. So this morning I used that because I really want to get that down. The one thing that I did differently this morning that I've never done before, as I shared with you, I also purchased for myself, excuse me, the Reader's Digest. I got a frog in my throat. Give me one sec. Are we okay now? I think we're okay. I also sprayed quickly with this just to give myself a refresh because I did my skincare a little while ago. In the Allures Readers Award winners, which I love that box. When it comes out every year, I do my best to try to pick that up. They also had this in there, and I was sharing this with you. It's also from Origins. It is absolutely fantastic, but we also got these in Ipsy. So if you see these again in Ipsy, definitely grab these. The one, I got them in 2 shades. One is in the shade Cool, the other's in the shade Warm. The difference between the two, this one is in the shade Cool. This is what I have under my eyes this morning. But what I wanted to share with you, the tip on this guy, is let it sit. Because what ends up happening is if you rub it in too quickly, you won't get a little bit of that color correcting to it. And that I found today to be a little bit different. And this one here is in the shade Peach. So I put a little bit of the pink and then a little bit, I let that completely sink in and I put it in. And then just before I sat down to film, I put a little bit of the peach in this area too. So I wanted to be able to share with you what I did. And remember, with eye creams, you need very little, but it makes the biggest difference, not only to hydrate, but if you can hydrate and correct a little bit, we're still gonna do correction. I wanted to make sure to do that as well. But what I did was I put it all on, I tapped it in a little bit, and then I let it sit. And then when I looked in the mirror now, just before I was getting ready to film, I was surprised with how brightened that area looks. So I'm hoping the camera is picking up what I was able to see. And like I said, this, I'm not letting it sit. I'm just putting it in because I just wanted to show you the difference of the 2 colors. But I really let it sit a good, I'd say 3 to 5 minutes. And it is still a little tacky, but we're going to be putting other stuff on top of it. It's really just to give that, you know, eye area a little bit more oomph. So I thought that was really, really good. All right. So now I'm going to pull out what we're going to be putting on our face today. So this is, you know, this channel is really about sharing about the brands, the products, the deals, and also those spoilers on the subscription boxes that I'm enjoying and you're enjoying too. I have plans to go for brunch, so I tried to do my hair as best as I could before sitting down so that I can just touch it up before, because I keep running out of time. It's crazy what I'm trying to do. It's hard. All right, this is the Glow recipe. This is the niacinamide Hue Drops. I was going to put this in with the moisturizer, but I wanted to put it on screen with you guys, so I wanted a little bit of moisturizer before I sat down. So we're going to take a little bit and see what this looks like. Then on this one here today, we're going to be trying the Patrick Ta. This has a lot of mirror to it. This is the foundation that has one part is a cream and one part is the bronzer. The shade that I'm going to be using is light 1. I also have, that I got in my icon box that I know is going to be too dark, the Mario concealer, but they never had it in the add-on, so I was never able to get a second shade, where with the one this month that they're doing, the Danessa Merrick's, again, they chose for me because it's based on our beauty quiz, and the beauty quiz pretty much gives us the, to me, the foundation shade, which is my light medium, which is be perfect. However, for the actual concealer, they're choosing that right shade, and I like to go lighter. So I'm going to have this, but I pulled out one of my favorites, but this brand is no more. It's Item Beauty. So I figure I would use that to kind of lighten it up. And then I also read a comment from Megan, who's really good to the channel as well. And she wrote that she puts a little bit of a lighter in the inner, and then she uses the darker on the outer. So I'm going to try that. So thank you for your tip. And thank you for sharing your tips as well. That's amazing. And then we have from e.l.f. Skin, we have the Sun Touchables. I'm going to put a little bit of that on. And then, of course, we're going to try the Huda Beauty again, because that's an absolute treat. This is a product that I've used with you guys in the past. It's from Eloise. This has one cream and one bronzer. And a few of you said, based on my recommendation, you did pick this up because this was a steal. And you guys are saying you're enjoying it too. So that makes me happy as well. And then we have a couple of blushes that are going to be of the cream, because we're putting a cream. I figured I'd try for a few more of my creams. One I've tried before, which is the What's Up Beauty, which is absolutely amazing. And then, but the Laura Mercier will be new to me, so we're going to try that. I also was able to pick up a palette from Give Beauty, which is amazing. I don't know if she's going to be continuing to do her beauty, because I'm seeing it discounted everywhere. And then we will have the basket here that I will use to put the products in afterwards. Just give me 1 second here, as things are falling off the area that I have here, and I'm gonna have to pick it up later. All right, and then we have here from Koki the blush, so I'm gonna try that. I have a couple of other blushes that I want to try, but I think I'm going to use that one today. And then on my lips, we're going to start off with the Dew of the Gods. And then I'm going to use a different under eye, so I can share with you one that you guys can get through Ipsy as well. All right, so this is from Dew of the Gods. This is such a treat. This also you can get through Ipsy's shop. It's the Dew of the Gods. It's called Sorbet. It is a lip balm, but it's something really different because it has hyaluronic acid in it. And it's a lip butter, and it is just scrumptious on the lips. And a lot of times I'll use this at night, and my lips will feel just beautiful first thing in the morning as well. So this is something you can use all the time. It does come in different scents and flavors. All of them are beautiful. I couldn't tell you which one I love more, but definitely you can see this is very loved. All right, so let's get started so we can move the show along. So here we go. Starting off with Ciate London, this is their from their Extraordinary line. This is also a brightening product. So this is what I share with you. This is pretty close if you, like me, love the Becca one. Really happy that Smashbox, purchased that portion of Becca so they can continue this product because it's amazing. But another brand that does this through the drugstore that you can get on Amazon that I've shared with you on my channel all the time is the Catrice. They do this as well. So I have a couple of mirrors here to try to be able to, oh, I didn't bring the other one here. I'm gonna have to pull that too. All right. And definitely, sitting down and doing your makeup, I know a lot of people have beauty rooms and things like that. It's just a fun thing to be able to sit down and share with you guys this, but it takes so much energy. You don't realize that I don't talk. I'll put some music on in the background when I'm doing, I'm in my own headspace, thinking what I need to do for the day. But when you want to sit down and film and talk and share about the products, it does take a lot of energy out of you. It was funny, yesterday, we had to go out and do a bunch of things, and the day before also, and and it was brought to my attention that they said, you're not very tired. I said, I'm so tired. I'm so burnt out from talking for an hour with no edits, when I'm filming the makeup to try to get the products to show. And they started laughing. They're saying, you're giving more to the channel than you're giving to the people in your real life. And I said, this is my real life. So it's just so funny how, people that, it's just a whole different world, this YouTube world. All right, so let's get going. So here we have the Dew of the Gods. It's the Glow recipe. And I'm gonna put a little bit on my fingertips here. And I don't know what I did with the other cloth. I'm gonna have to pull that through. So I think this might be too much, but we're gonna try to blend it here. And just to put a little bit on the face. Now, I love the original, the one that's with the watermelon. It is so pretty and nice, but also my face is the type that as soon as you rub it or do anything, I get a little bit of redness, but then it dissipates. So like I said, this color here does leave a bit of a tint. So if you definitely have a tan and you just don't want to put makeup on, but you want to give yourself the hydration and everything that you need, then this type of product is the one that you should definitely gravitate towards. And then if you want, you can, as they've mentioned, you can put this with your moisturizer, and that will even give you more, it won't be as strong, the actual tint, but really, really pretty. And it's completely dry, a little sticky, and that's it. All right, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of the Huda Beauty, so to help in that pore area. And this is, a lot of us chose this, which I did too for my paid for box, but this came in the PR, so we're able to play with it before my BoxyCharm boxes come. This is the Easy Blur Primer. And this time around, I only put add-ons in one of my glam bags. And those are the ones that I think are shipping first, which I think is amazing. And that comes via post, which I prefer. My BoxyCharm seems to be coming with this company called ACI. And you have to really go in and check it constantly to see if it's moving and when it's going to be delivered, because the way they have it set up, and I don't know if you guys found a better way, I can't get to track it. I have to go into the Ipsy, website and then constantly look at the tracking information to see where it's going. Once you go in there, it does give you the information, but it's with my USPS, I have it where I can put the tracking number in and I'll get emails, where it's moving and then when it's close to being delivered. All right. And then even when it's on delivery. All right. So that's how we're going to leave this. Now, if I was doing this, I would wait good 3 minutes for this to punch in. But because I want to just keep this moving, I'm trying to play with it more on my face. Normally I put it, tap it, and then I let it sit, but I'm trying to move it along so it will do what it needs to do. Now on this one here, I didn't wet my sponge, but I do have a setting mist here that I'm going to be using from Makeup Forever. I'm going to be trying that today. And what I'll do is, if I need this, I'll spray it with that, because I wanted to do this with a brush that has caught my attention. It is from Morphe also. This is this brush here, and this looks a little bit like the one that I got from BK Beauty. Didn't get, I paid for. And this is here. A lot of times I say get because I don't get a lot of PR. I do get the PR from Ipsy, which I appreciate, as well as FabFitFun. But because I don't put my face on camera anymore, I do get certain PR that gets sent to me, a lot of from phenomenal brands like Beauty Stat always thinks of me. Dew of the Gods periodically thinks of me, as well as Peach and Lily and Peach Slices. So I get to use a lot of those products. I'm pretty sure I'm leaving some out. But in reference to the makeup, because I don't, I don't know how to open this. Oh, there we go. Okay. I have a cloth here, so I just wanted to see if my hands get a little too. So this has the cream on one side and then a powder on the other. So right now we're just going to play with the cream side. So I wanted to use this brush, so we'll see how it goes. Because the BK Beauty is great, but I've also liked to use creams with the Beauty Blender as well. Okay, let's get going. I think that will be a beautiful, beautiful match. So I'm going to place this all on my face. This other mirror here that we used the other day, and it worked out great. So we'll see how that works. Okay, I don't think this needs a lot of blending. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to take the Beauty Blender, I'm going to spritz it, and to make it a little damp, and then just be able to press it in. And the most time that you should spend on your makeup is really on the base, because that really is the foundation. And for me, because I'm probably a little bit older than some people that are watching, I have, you know, my laugh lines, I have certain creases and wrinkles and crinkles that foundation can go into. So if you put too much on, you know, to get the coverage you want, it can also then turn around and go into those crinkle wrinkles later on in the day. That's what I noticed first. That needs to be touched up sometimes. But this went on really, really beautifully and almost seamlessly. Do you see that? Really, really pretty. Really impressed with that. All right. So that's very exciting. So it's also very exciting that you only have to pay like $18 or $25 for like a $50 foundation, which is absolutely amazing. Oh, I wanted to try the sunscreen. I didn't get the opportunity to. So that I'm going to have to put here, so I remember to do that next time. All right. So now let's put on the concealer. So let's start first with the darker shade so we can see how dark this is. And I'm just going to take the BK Beauty concealer brush and tap it in. Yeah. And I'll do the same on the other side because that's what Megan suggested to do. And then I'm going to take the lighter one and put that on the inner. That blended in like seamlessly as well. Another fantastic. We're getting brands here at Ipsy that are just amazing. And if you're not, looking at Ipsy, you truly are missing out on some of those amazing deals. I know a lot of people, aren't into subscription boxes, and I was one of those people too. But when I moved to the USA, I had the opportunity, and concealer is also something that if you let it sit, you'll be able to get a little bit more coverage. Also, it is really a good tip to do as well. And a lot of times the good thing to do during this period is you let it sit and then take your brow product, whatever it is, and then just work on your brows. But to me, I just do this quick pencil routine where I just go in to darken it, give it a little bit more definition, cover up a couple of those grays, and then I just brush it through with the other side. All right. And then always whatever's left over, be it the foundation, the concealer, that's what I do on my eyes if I'm not going to be doing an eye primer, which I'm not, because we didn't get any eye primers in here, and I'm trying to use the products that I need to test out and try. So that is that there. So I think we did good. The bags are still there, but the color I think looks amazing. All right, so that's that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to continue with products that are creamy. So I'm going to, before I do the powdering, so this one here, I'm going to take this here, and I'm going to use, I was going to use, let me try it first with this brush here. This is from Tarte, from one of those fantastic deals where you can get like 7 products for $70, which is crazy. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of the cream part around, and I always tell you my hairline area, always that trick is the letter E or the number 3 based on which side you're doing. Okay. And then I'm going to just take the Beauty Blender and just bounce it a little bit. And then I'm going to pull out these 2 blushes, starting with the Laura Mercier. This is a tinted moisturizing blush. So on this one here, I'm going to use my fingers just to take a little bit out. I've never used this before, so if you guys know a better way to use this, you'll have to share with me. And then that's the little bit that I'm putting here. And I'm just going to put a couple of dots here. To see what type of color we get. And I always move upwards just because I want to bring as much as I can the face to go up. As we get older, gravity likes to pull us down, but we have the opportunity to cheat a little bit and pull it up. All right, so that's that. I think it's nice. Yeah, I think that gives some nice definition. So if you're not a blushy girl, which I am, then I think this would be a nice little trick. Then with this one here, you have to twist. This is the What's Up Beauty. This is in that shade that's called Rose Hippie. I don't even know if I told you guys the shade of this one here. This one is in Coastline. So this one here, I've used so much of it, you can see that this has also been loved. And let me just see if I can get a little bit of this out. If I have any left in here. You have to tell me if you guys have had the opportunity to try any of these products and if you're loving them as much as I am as well. I don't think I have anything left in here. I think I have a little bit that I can pull out. Oh, come on. Okay, give me a sec. Let me see if I can do something. Yes. All right, so we got a little bit out here. So I'm just going to put a couple of dots here just to give it a little bit more color because we still have that other blush, but I really, really love this. So I wanted to make sure to share it with you guys again on the channel because this is amazing. And I know I share with you a lot of times when we're going through the add-ons or going through all of the products, I share with you during that time too, if I've had the opportunity to use any of the products, and I'm trying to use the part of the sponge that doesn't have any of the makeup on it, just to give it a little bit more brightening here. Yeah, see the difference? That makes a huge difference. Okay, perfect. It's just so pretty. I'm really impressed with the What's Up Beauty, and I wouldn't have had the opportunity to try half of the brands you know, that I used to be so loyal to brands. And then because of the boxes, it opened up my eyes to so many fantastic products. And with that, it has been amazing how much I have learned and changed my beauty techniques and started to enjoy makeup more. But also I have more time now, where before I didn't have the time to, you know, when you find a good routine and you're working, you want to give yourself that 10-15 minutes in the morning to do your makeup. Then that is what I was doing. So now I'm just going to take a flat kabuki brush just to go over everything and give it a little bit of the setting powder that is from the inside here. I might end up using my puff, but I wanted to put down. And when you use a flat kabuki brush, you're getting more product on, whereas with my big fluffier brushes, you're just getting a dusting. But because I'm going to be out, I wanted to try to set as much as I could without being too much powder, because I know I'll be powdering again throughout the day, and that I'll be able to do with a fluffier brush. Okay, and now I'm going to just take the puff that we have out here. These are from Amazon, and then you see the difference? It deposits a lot more color. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so as I share with you all the time, at the end, I will be using the brightening powder that I used to enjoy from this is going to be a dupe. It is the, I'm having so much trouble opening up things today. The MCO Beauty. This is going to be the Charlotte Tilbury powder. I'm going to take just a little bit. Usually I do this at the end. And if you want it to stay really, really bright, after you spray, then do the brightening where you want it. But I'm just going to put this on now. And then I'm going to give myself a quick spritz. I'm just going to put the fan on. Okay, all right, so that's that. I should have brought a fluffier brush out just to dust everything down, but of course I have to forget something. So that's what we have here, and then I'm going to do the spritz. But in the meantime, let's do the powders. So in reference to this, I didn't bring it. All right, give me 1 sec. Okay, I grabbed 2 more brushes. This one here, just to lightly go over the whole face. Make sure everything is pushed in and fluffed away. And then I have my bronzer brush, and I'm just gonna go into the other side of the Eloise Sweet Cheeks. I don't think this has a name or anything on it. It just says Sweet Cheeks. And we're gonna do the bronzing. So by layering the creams, which I've never done before, the boxes, because I'm a combo girl. Now my skin is definitely changing based on my environment and age and all that. It's getting to be not as, I feel, as oily, but that could also be the aging process. But with that said, I would never put creams on before powders, simply because I was afraid of them with my combo skin. And it was because of the boxes and the channel that others shared with me that they do it and it makes their makeup last even longer. I don't seem to have problems with that, but yesterday for the first time, I noticed at the end of the day, my blush pretty much faded away, but it might have been because we used that tinted moisturizer, I think was yesterday, as the base. I'll have to look back on my videos because we don't edit here. And I go back on my videos to watch certain things and look at ingredients and things like that. That's why I film the other way, where we're looking at the product up close, because then I get to also use my videos to go back and see and know more information about all the products, because that's what I do on my videos, is I give a lot more information about the products, because that's what I wanted. It's fun to watch people do tutorials. you know, and spend time and getting that connection with them. But also, I really wanted to learn more, and I felt that's what I wasn't getting. And that's why I started to share with you all the work that I was doing for myself behind the scenes. And then I decided to try to film it. And that's how this channel has been growing, because here we talk about the brands and the products, but also more importantly to me is the deals. And when you watch somebody that says, oh, look at this deal that I got, but they didn't tell you about it, they only show it to you when they're unboxing, which is majority of the channels, I want to know about it at the same time. So that's why I always say when I'm in the know, I want you guys to be in the know as well. And this is from Koki, and this has that ombre effect. So I'm just taking a small brush and going all the way around, because when we swatch this, and I also always use, instead of my back of my hand, I use the other side of the cap to just push it into the brush. So if you're like me and you don't want to get like all the makeup all over you, then that's a good another tip that I do. I don't know if others do it too, but if you do, please share. And then we're just going to put a little bit here. That's really pretty too. Okay, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, really, really pretty. And again, by the time you finish and then you put other powders on and you spritz everything in, anything that looks more pronounced even on camera, by the time I'm ready to go out, I'll look in the mirror for the final time, because I'm someone that I get in the mirror, I do my makeup, and then at the lunchtime, I'll go maybe retouch my lipstick, but I'm not someone that's constantly looking at myself. That's why I don't like to edit. I like to sit like as if we're having this conversation with each other and we move it forward. All right, so now I have everything on my face. That is powder, the creams, everything. We're just getting ready to play with some shadows. I have so many Morphe palettes. The Natasha Denona I still have to use. The Beautiful that I spent a lot of money on, but it was such a deal, and you guys said if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it now. The Pat McGrath, I gotta use that as well. So let's see, we're gonna spritz this, hopefully enough far away. That feels so nice, but this definitely has a perfumey scent to it. This is the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. These are all the brands that I used to watch a lot of the OGs, like in 2015, 2016. And then when I went to look at the prices in the store, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So now when we get these brands available to us through Ipsy, and a lot of times even the product launches, it is just absolutely amazing how I'm having the opportunity to like fulfill those wants, they're wants, because they're definitely not needs, and it just makes it fantastic. So now we're gonna look at this Gwen Stefani palette and see what we can do here. So this is what this one looks like here. And I have a lot of her products that I was able to get through the deals at FabFitFun that I shared with you. And it's a shame because her products are really, really good. This is the I See It color, Make Me Like You. And then they have all these fantastic shades in here. So let's see what we can do. So I'm gonna move this now over here and move my brushes up here. All right, so as I share with you all the time, I always like to do a light color in the bottom we're gonna use this one here, and then we're gonna put this into my creases, which I'll show you. We have the shimmer shades, and maybe we'll do a little bit of this as a blush. We'll have to see. All right, so now we are going to, and as you can see, I'm gonna do my best to show you. I use this as the fallout, so I only have to clean up that one area there. And then we're gonna try to get it organized here so that I can continue to show you guys what I do. So I use this as the all over. It is just a flat shader brush. And I always like to show you one eye versus the other, that if you just want to put a lighter color in here and then just use your, like you saw me out, anything that was left over with the bronzers or the blushes, I put on the top part of my eye. That gives more definition. And then if you just take a little bit of a light powder, do a little tight line and mascara, you can get out the door. But don't miss out on this step for this lighter color I wanted to show you, but you'll have to look back. You could see a huge difference on how brightening it is. And when you brighten up this part here, especially if you have small eyes, it definitely opens up your eyes. So that is this here. And then we're gonna just take that Mally's brush And I've been washing everything every day because I wanted to film and get you the true colors that were in here. And then I'm going to take that peachy tone, that big other square that I showed you, and we're just going to put it on the top here. And because I'm doing that, I'm going to also put a little bit of that on the blush brush and add it there so that I have a cohesiveness. This is a really, really pretty color. What a beautiful bright color. And as I share with you in all my videos, I cheat, and where my crease is, I go above it to give myself some more space to open up my eyes as well. And then I'm gonna take the lighter brown, same brush, patting it into the mirror to get off any excess, and then just going a little bit lower to give it a little bit more depth. So the darker the color, the more is going to give it that depth, push it in. And remember, makeup you can always wash off, you can start over. And the reason I do my face first, and so many of you shared with me you do the same, you might get a little bit, and you just have to be very careful with your powders and try to make sure you get all the powder off the brushes. But what ends up happening is if I have to rush out the door, I can't do that and just have just my eyes done and no face. So my face is what's always more important to me to do first. And then I can always, when I have time later in the day, if I'm going out, add shadows. But because we want to go through the products and share with you here, I'm doing a full face. So now I'm going to go in with the deepest brown in here with that pencil brush. And again, we're going to do that, placing it, packing the product on, and then we're going to blend it out. So I go always on an angle and straight up. Also, the other day I tried to save time and I did one eye off the camera and then on. And that was even hard for me because I do a little of this, a little of that when I'm putting my shadow on, and I couldn't remember sometimes what I'd put where. So I'm trying to do both now, just a little bit quicker on camera. And thank you for sharing that you're appreciating the no edits. I know a lot of people that film say it's so hard for them because they say things, or you know, they twist their words. I'm from the business world, and when you're in the boardroom and you're having a meeting, you don't have time to say, let me go back on that. I didn't mean that, or let me, you know, change my, you know. So if I say something or pronounce something, just remember, we're two girls in the bathroom putting on our makeup together. So this is what this looks like here. And now I do the exact same on my lower. So I'm taking the darkest shade first with the same brush, putting it on the lower line. Then I'm going to the other shades that I used. Now I'm going to take that peachy and put that in the middle. And then I'm going to take that light shade that we started off with, again on the same brush, and put it in that corner, just to brighten it up. So I want all the darkness to be on the outer, but to make it cohesive, I put it all the way through. Now I'm going to see how her shimmer shades are. So I'm going to take this brush. I'm going to go, she has a beautiful rose gold in here that I'm going to pull. There it is. And then I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to see if it shows up the way I want, or if I'm going to spritz the brush. Okay, yeah, I think this needs a bit of a spritz. So I'm going to do the same on the other side, and then I'll spritz the brush on both sides, and I will just pack on a little bit more. And remember, where I'm filming and what you're seeing, I'm not seeing as clearly as you are. So when I'll look at this back, I'll know that if I did need the spritz or I didn't, but I'm going to do the spritz based on what I'm seeing here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going back into the palette, and I'm coating both sides of the brush with the shimmer shade, that beautiful rose gold. And then I'm going to, I had the spritzer here. Okay. I'm going to spritz here the brush, as opposed to spritzing first and then packing it in. I'm not doing anything to the shadows or ruining the shadows in the pan. I've just spritzed the brush. That's why I do it this way. Perfect. All right, and now, as always, I'm gonna go back in with that peach shade that I started off everything with, and then just go right back to that first section and blend it all in there. That's it, and that's the makeup look. So those are the shadows. Now what I'm going to do is see what else I have here that I wanted to try. So we're definitely going to do the lips, so that's next here. Do I want to, this brow product, I already did the other one, but I'll do this so that I can share it with you guys. This is from Almay. This was in one of my boxes. It is the Brow Styler. I think it was the Chic Beauty box. That's a great box also that gets sent to the channel, which is absolutely an amazing box. And the brands that we get are absolutely fantastic. And that box is also around that, I think closer, it's like 34, around $40, like by the time you get it, you know, to your door. But I got introduced to some fantastic, they do a mixture of really high-end brands, and then they do, I think this time they're even doing like Laura Mercier powders and Huda Beauty powders, and then they share also brands from the drugstore, like NYX, this Almay. I never had an Almay product in my stash before that box, and this really impressed me as well. So this will give a little bit of darkness. It will also give a little bit more structure to the eye, to the brows, which I don't normally pay a lot of attention to, but it definitely makes a difference. So that is something I'm definitely going to start incorporating a little bit more. What a fun product. Is that gorgeous? All right, so that's the Brow Styler from Almay, and that is in a medium brown shade. That's what this guy is here. And then I got, and it was totally damaged, but I wanted to also share with you that this was one of the winners that was in the Allure. It was completely sealed, but when I opened it up, it came, there was something wrong with my product. I'm gonna use the one that there's something wrong with. The other one, they did send a replacement, but I'm not gonna open it up because I have so many products. So once I have the opportunity to use it and tell you about it, I then will put the other one into my gifts for later area. And then here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try my best to just tightline. And then we're gonna take a look with the camera, but doing one eye, and so you can see. So that, by not doing the liner and all of that sticking out, you can see there's more definition on the eye that you just do that little bit of a tight line. And that also gives a nicer base to your, for your mascara. It will make it look like you have thickness down here. That's what the tight lining does for me. And I only do it on my outer side there. So that's really, really good too. All right, so that is and this is from Avon. All right, the next product we're gonna do is from Wonder Beauty. This is the Mile High Club. This one is also a brand that I do enjoy. I have this mascara in a burgundy tube that I really liked as well. That one, I think the wand was curved. This one is a brown mascara, and it's called Espresso. So let's see, because normally I use black, but we'll have to see what this looks like here. Mascara for me is the thing that takes the longest. So I'm going to try to do one eye on camera here. And then I'll pause you guys, and then we'll go in for a second coat together. But I want to show you the one coat. Then I'm going to do the other coat on this side here. So okay, that's one coat on both eyes. Definitely, if I'm the type that likes a little bit more definition, because I don't go in with falsies, so I think I prefer black, but it's always nice to try other mascaras, and then we'll see at the end of the day if I still feel that way. But right now, I think it's giving nice definition. I think it looks beautiful. I think it's going on nicely, but to me, it's, it might just be me, you know, knowing that I'm more comfortable with black. And then that's the second coat, and then we're gonna do the other eye. And as I share with you, the lashes on this side are a little bit harder for me. I have a little bit of this on the top. So if you ever see that, definitely take that off, because that will definitely transfer on to your upper lid. So what I might do is, if by the time we're ready to go out and I still feel like I don't have that definition, I might take another mascara on top that is black and then just top it off. So you can always tweak. All right, and that's where I'm gonna leave that. I'm then just gonna put a little bit more on the brush and then just do a quick under the eyes. Give me 1 sec. Okay, so that's the 2 coats. I definitely think I'm gonna add before we go up, but like I said, I'll make that decision on my own. And but this, I wanted to show you what the mascara looked on its own, and that's the Wonder Beauty Espresso. And then I wanted to put in a little bit of that peach in this area here. So I just wanted to show you how much fallout is in this pan, so you guys will see. And literally, I'm gonna take a little bit on that same brush that I used with the other one, just to make it a little bit not so pinky, because of the blush I wanted to use. I'm going to put a little bit on the tip of my nose here. I also found here in this area, and I'm just going to use a little bit, oh, you know what, I don't even have a brush for it. So I'm going to probably just take, let's see if I have a light. I'm going to use just a small, that I have this that I wanted to use from this brand here. I think it's called just, I'll put the name up there, Eczema. And then this one is in the shade that is called Sunkissed, to just give me a little bit more in this area here. But this is definitely not the right brush for it, but I wanted to just kind of bring in a little bit of a gold. Because we have that rose gold on the inside there. Put a little bit here and a little bit on the tip. All right, and then what I will do is, with my regular highlighter brushes that are over there, I will fix that so it's not so pronounced. Just a little powder here. And that's that. So we're gonna do one more spritz of the makeup fixer, just to put everything in. And if you're afraid that you're going to be doing it, you can always cover your eyes, but I want to make sure to get everything. And now we're going to just finish off with the lips. So this one here, we're going to be using this Hola Neon. This again was you guys telling me this lip liner you wanted to definitely for me to try. This is called Trace Me. You're saying you're really enjoying it. So I was able to either get this or pick it up in the 350 section. And again, with my liner of my lip, I always try to go a little bit above my Cupid's bow, then bring it all back down. And then same thing, just right underneath here. So I always like to start on the top and then bring it in. And then color it in a little bit on the outer sides. And because I'm wearing a gloss, I'm gonna fill in a little bit of the whole lip so that when the gloss wears off, I'll still have some color on my lips. Perfect. All right, and now I'm just going to use from Huda Beauty the faux filler, and can't make out the shade, so I'm going to put it up to the camera and hopefully the camera can pick it up. And if not, I will try to look at it with, you know what, let me see if I have a magnifier. Sugar baby. And then I'm going to put it on my lips. So this is what the dough applicator looks like here. You definitely don't need to dip in twice. There is a lot on both sides. And that is beautiful. Wow. And that really pulled everything together because it's that pinky, peachy type of color. And that's it. We did it, guys. 3 days going through all of the products here where I had the opportunity to try. Like I said, I still have a lot to go through, but we do have new boxes coming. So I'll be doing those unboxings with you guys when they arrive. And then of course, any spoilers or anything that comes up. So if you enjoy this channel and you enjoy that I do a lot of content and I do my best to keep everybody in the know so that we all at the same time can have access to all the same deals and learn a little bit more about the products and brands. And then when I have the time to sit down and share it with you and show you how I'm using the products, that is what this channel is all about. So it is free. I hope that you guys will take the time to not only subscribe to this channel, which is right underneath this video. You hit that subscribe button and you're in. It really is that simple. But you also have to make sure that you hit that thumbs up, that you're enjoying this content so it can be shown to more people that enjoy this type of content. They just haven't found Truewants just yet. So thank you to everybody that we have now, like I said, come midsummer, we're going to be 6 years that I've had this YouTube channel, and we have been growing nicely ever since from that day one. But what I love the most is when I see, and your accounts are public, and I see how many of you have been with me almost from the beginning. I cannot thank you enough. It has been a pleasure to be able to sit down and have time with you guys, and that you allow me into your world also. It means everything and more to me. So thank you to everybody for that. And if you've watched this all the way to the end, simply write brunch and day 3, because we had 3 days of this. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to go back to that video tab. If you don't see that video tab, whatever you're watching, then just make sure to look where my picture is and the name Truewants. You click on that, a new set of tabs should show up, and one of them should say videos, and we'll start with my most recent, and you'll be able to see which ones that you have missed. And if you want to see how I started the channel, you can always in the search bar just write introduction or first video and it should pop up. So thank you to so many of you that have been doing that never got to meet me because you've only been with my channel for the last 1.5 years, and majority of my videos are not with my face on it. And you always say, how come you're not showing your face? And it's like, I did for 3.5 years daily. But I wanted to also have content that I'd be able to enjoy after the fact. I'm learning a little bit more about the brands and the products, and then periodically be able to sit down and do these get ready with me's is when you'll get the opportunity to see my face, but you will always hear me. So once you know what I look like and you can feel my expressions because you've met me, you'll be able to enjoy those videos just as much. And the channel has been growing, be it if my face is in it or not. It has been amazing that so many people that didn't know about Ipsy or have learned how I'm getting my changing my wants to my needs was the biggest thing, because at this stage in my life, I share with you all the time, I do not need anything more. I've been very blessed, and I always want to make sure that we keep ourselves looking forward to things. And the way that you do that is either by $14 a month or $30 a month to get an arrangement of products, and then the opportunity that if we fall in love with them, we can pick them up in the shop through those deals. And that's what makes it even better. So we're never missing out. We might have to wait a little longer, but lately we've been getting the launches, which is even more exciting because the e.l.f. skin tint is brand new. And we're getting it in our Ipsy. And only now we're seeing people on YouTube going and getting it through e.l.f. So this is very exciting that we're going to have the opportunity to be like everybody else, on time, and even before others might have even had access to the products as well. But I shared with you about that spoiler because I also saw in Trend Moves that it was coming soon. So I always do my best because this is something of a passion of mine that I enjoy. I read the beauty magazines and learn about all that. And then when I have the chance to share with you in all of my videos, any information based on, doesn't matter what the title says, if I have something that I want to share with you, I will share it in those videos. And that's why on my channel, I always say, if you don't watch all the way to the end, you're missing out. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the comments. If you've had the opportunity to try any of these products or any more tips or tricks that you're doing that you're enjoying and has enhanced your makeup as well. All right, so take care, everybody, and I will see you all soon again in the next one. Take care, everybody, and bye for now.